When I was in the military, I was in this school called Combatant Diver Course down in Panama City, Florida. I was there to become a diver. I was there to become insert complete for my job in the special operations community. When I was there, one of the things we had to do first was we got in the shallow end of the pool, right? Fairly safe. And we had our snorkel and goggles. And we sit on our butts. And what they told us to do is like, I'm gonna come around to each and every one of you and I'm gonna tell you to take off your goggles and I want you to continue breathing on your snorkel. And they wanted to make sure that we were not nose breathing, that we were mouth breathing, because they didn't want us to start breathing in water in our nose and panic underwater. So what do you think happened? They came to me, they're like, you, goggles. So I take off my goggles and I'm chilling, minding my own business, breathing through my snorkel, and then guess what you think happens? One slither of water, one droplet of water breaks the seal of my nose, and I just start inhaling in water nonstop. And the whole time I'm panicking inside like, this sucks, because if you fail this evolution, you're out of the school, and this is like the first few days inside the course, right? So what happens, I'm sitting there on my butt and I'm just inhaling water and I'm swallowing it. I'm inhaling water and I'm swallowing it. And I have two choices. I can panic and stand up and I'm dropped. I'm gone for good, never coming back. And in my community, the community that I came from, if you quit something like that, you're done. You're never going back to that course. You might not even stay in that job. Or the second option was to figure it out. So that's what I did. I had to slow down my heart rate. I had to relax. I had to take my mind off the panic that I was living in, and I needed to just focus on the task at hand. The task at hand was to not breathe through my nose, only breathe through my mouth. So that's exactly what I had to do. Couldn't touch my face. I'm just sitting there swallowing water this whole time until I'm able to control my body, control my actions, plug the seal on my nose, and I go back to breathing calm and collected through my mouth, through my snorkel. The instructor saw all this happen. Didn't stop me. He let me problem solve it. He let me work through it. Guys, your problems right now in your life, you have two options. You can give up. You can surrender to them. You can panic. Or you can just calm down, focus a small second, apply some ounce of self-control and discipline to your life and problem solve it, work through it. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. This is why you're going through it. This is why you're going through it, so you can advance, so you can grow, so you can attain that wisdom through the hardships you're going through right now. But you're never going to break through to the other side if you give up now. You right now, you don't have to be in the water with a snorkel. You already got your own water snorkel situation happening in your life right now. It's probably happened to you multiple times. So how do you overcome it? You have to control yourself. Listen, yourself is going to give up on you before you ever want to give up on yourself. That's the difference. That's the difference between who you are today and who you can be tomorrow. How are you going to control yourself in the times of adversity when you're overwhelmed, you feel like you just got to quit, you feel like you got to surrender, you feel like you got to buckle? How you freaking work through that environment, through that situation, through that scenario is how you emerge. And how you emerge depends greatly on who you become. We all want to be the best. We all want to have good lives and all these things, but you're not going to have an easy life. And if you did, you would never respect it. It would just happen for you. Who wants that? There's no value in that. There's no value in just being handed all these opportunities. You were handed life, and how many times in your life? You were handed life, and how many times in your life are you just ungrateful? How many times in your life you just feel so overwhelmed, you just want to stand up because the water's too much, the pain's too much, the trauma's too much? How many times? Now, how many times in your life have you actually faced these adversities, faced these things, and did something about it, or emerged victoriously? You can do this. But it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen if you have this weak mindset where it's just too hard. It's only a course. You know, if I had that mindset, I'm only at a course, I don't have to suffer like this. I can just stand up if I want to. If I had a mindset like that, I would never accomplish the things that I did back in my life, in this story, or in my life today. Life is going to throw all sorts of water-based scenarios at your life. It might not be water. Don't you see? It might not be water. It's that one thing that you're debating on. Should I let it go or should I hold on? Should I fight for this or should I just bow down? You already know what the answer is. You already know what you need to do. So when the water starts coming to your nose, when the panic starts setting in, how you go through that scenario, how you go through that situation will determine everything in your life. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything.